And our triple header coverage of Elmhurst College athletics here on Blue Jay TV continues on this Saturday early evening. Women's soccer action. Initially, this matchup was supposed to be played over at Barron's Park, but it has been moved here to Langhorst Field, where earlier today, as seen on Blue Jay TV, the Elmhurst College football team with a thrilling 43-36 win over Milliken with a whole lot of offense in the second half. Women's soccer action, Wheaton number 4 in the country, unbeaten 14-0-1. They are perfect 4-0 in the CCIW. Elmhurst, meanwhile, 10-3-1 overall, 1-2-1 in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. Now the Blue Jays are unbeaten in the last 3 matchups, 2-0-1. Last time out on October 15th, 1 week ago today, they tied Illinois Wesleyan University 2-2 on the road down in Bloomington. Illinois Wesleyan is a stiff challenge as well. The Titans are presently 3-0-1 in the CCIW and 11-2-1 overall. Elmhurst is in the white unis as you view at home. Wheaton is in the blue. Wheaton moving left to right, controlling possession here. Pulling into the corner towards Val Lilly. And rolling out starters for Wheaton. In goal, Kelsey Graham. The forward, Allie Kopelman. Caitlin Kishkunis in the midfield. Jamie Orweiler in the forward position. Laura Karsten, a midfielder. Carrie Shannon, a midfielder. Esther Tan on defense. Val Lilly, the midfielder. Aaron Strom on defense. Anna Siebold on defense. And Caitlin Liebador, a midfielder for the Thunder, who are in the box. And cleared away. For Elmhurst, Maddie Fitzpatrick in goal. Freshman out of Downers Grove. Stephanie Berryman on defense. Freshman from Naperville. Shelly Shapazian, sophomore forward out of Aurora, Ohio. Stephanie Thompson, senior defender from Palatine, Illinois. Shannon Pimmel, freshman midfielder out of Bolingbrook. Valerie Wesley at forward, senior from Chula Vista, California. Morgan Geimer, junior midfielder out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Amy and Katie Bashan, Amy a forward, Katie a midfielder, both juniors, the twins out of Downers Grove. Allie Siebold on defense. A junior out of Westchester, Ohio, and Heather DeMoss, a midfielder. Opportunity for Wheaton here early. Denied. In a scoreless matchup here in the second minute of play. Maddie Fitzpatrick appearing for the 15th time. 5 shutouts this year. Goals against average under 1. 0.82. Obviously, the question becomes, how can you slow down this Wheaton attack? Wheaton, a very strong offensive team. As Elmhurst, with an opportunity, clearing away. Thunder played Kalamazoo to a scoreless tie on October 3rd. That's been all. They've won 5 in a row, including 4 matches in conference play. Elmhurst 4-1 here at Langhorst Field this year. 17th meeting all-time between Elmhurst and Wheaton in women's soccer. Wheaton leads the all-time series 15-1. Only victory for the Blue Jays in 2001. Last year, Jamie Orweiler with a hat trick as Wheaton defeated Elmhurst 3-0. Elmhurst currently on the outside looking in the landscape of the CCIW tournament chase. Blue Jays have some work to do with 3 matches left. Wheaton today, Milliken at Barron's Park on Wednesday, and then at Augustana on October 29th. The top 4 teams in the standings qualify for the CCIW tournament. Elmhurst currently sitting in 6th. Wheaton leading the way unbeaten. Illinois Wesleyan 3-0-1 with a draw to Elmhurst. Augustana 3-1. Carthage 2-2. North Park 2-3. Elmhurst 1-2-1. Milliken 1-4. And North Central winless at 0-4. Those are the CCIW standings entering play today. Elmhurst had a 6-match win streak halted by North Park University back on October 1st. Since then, they have been very strong with a 3-1-1 mark. Elmhurst held a 2-1 lead late against Illinois Wesleyan last weekend, but the Titans scored the equalizer in the 83rd minute to send the game into extra time. Valerie Wesley scored for the Blue Jays in that tie with Illinois Wesleyan. Coming up on 4 minutes into the matchup, no score. Elmhurst and Wheaton women's soccer action here at Langhorst Field. On the turf playing surface, Laura Karsten will bring it into the offensive end. Dead on and blasted right at Maddie Fitzpatrick off the foot of Jamie Orweiler. Orweiler, a hometown product out of Wheaton, prepped at Wheaton North High School. Tied for the team lead with 8 goals, also owns 11 assists. She is the team leader in points with 27 this year. And as we mentioned, had a hat trick to single-handedly beat the Blue Jays a year ago in Wheaton, 3-0. Carrie Shannon out of Melville, New York. Also an offensive force with 23 points through the first 16 matches of the season. Val Lilly up the right edge, one-on-one against Berryman. Berryman did her best, and we'll have a goal kick upcoming. .39:57 to play first half. Women's soccer action, Elmhurst and Wheaton scoreless. Actually called a foul towards the edge of the box against the Thunder. So Elmhurst with a free kick. Stephanie Thompson back towards midfield. Headed around. Possessed by Katie Bashan. Bashan zings it ahead onto the offensive end, looking for her sister Amy Bashan, but Wheaton denies and plays it away. Here comes Amy Bashan stepping in front, steering out wide. Katie Bashan on the move, tried to feed Morgan Geimer through. Stood up there. Esther Tan, and a whistle against Elmhurst. .39:07 to play in the first half. Rolling into the box, Maddie Fitzpatrick will come out, and she's there before Allie Kopelman. Wheaton with a couple of national titles recently. They've been a strong program at the national level for quite some time. It's carried over this year. They're ranked in the top 5. Val Lilly towards the end line. Tries to zip it into the box. Back out towards Esther Tan. Tan in the middle towards Laura Karsten. Steering out onto the left edge. At the feet of Erin Strom. Has a go over the crossbar. Erin Strom from about 35 yards away. Missed it over the crossbar. And we remain scoreless. Couple of shots for Wheaton here in the early goings. 3 shots in total for the visiting Thunder. Leaders of the CCIW all by themselves, thanks to their opponent today, Elmhurst. As we've talked about already, tied Illinois Wesleyan last week. The Thunder and Titans have yet to play this year. Elmhurst really hasn't been able to bring the ball into the offensive end at all here early on. As Stephanie Thompson will poke it out of play on the far side of the field. Erin Strom playing back onto the Wheaton side. The Thunder chip it up in the air towards Esther Tan. Tan through, racing into challenges Val Lilly. Stephanie Thompson, though, in inside position. And Thompson drives it along the near sideline. Out of play off of Wheaton, a throw in for Elmhurst. With 36:38 to play in the first half. Men's matchup comes at 7:30 today. Elmhurst and Wheaton on the men's side of things. And again, both of these matches were scheduled to be played out at Barron's Park. Beautiful day for soccer. Sunny and clear. Temperature this afternoon was in the 60s. We'll drop down and get cooler overnight. We're in the mid-50s presently, about 54 degrees. As Wheaton will have a corner kick upcoming. Pete Felsky, the head coach of the Thunder. Paul Webster guiding the Blue Jays. Corner kick into the box, headed around and right into the breadbasket of Maddie Fitzpatrick. Maddie Fitzpatrick denies the corner opportunity with 35-35 to go in the first half. We remain scoreless, 10 minutes in. Here comes Elmhurst really with their first offensive threat. And it'll roll past Amy Bastion and into the box where it's picked up by Kelsey Graham, who is a freshman for the Thunder. Kelsey Graham and Hillary Barreto have split playing time this year, each owning 3 shutouts on the season. Graham out of Wheaton, played at Wheaton Warrenville South High School. She's played in 13 matches, has a goals against average of 0.54. Barreto at 0.28. This is a Wheaton team that does not allow much on the defensive end, and a lot of that really has to do with their offense. They're so good at sustaining the ball. And teams don't have very many opportunities to do a whole lot of anything on the offensive end. Strom to the far side. And it's off the wrist of Laura Carson. A handball will set up the Blue Jays with a great chance for their first opportunity. From 32 yards away, Morgan Geimer with the dead-on free kick. The Thunder sets up a wall. It'll be backed up by our referee today. Morgan Geimer, the junior out of Milwaukee, bounces over the ball. The kick is through and into the waiting arms of Kelsey Graham. Amy Bastion actually took the free kick, just kind of shrugging with her arms. Usually for soccer matches, the teams will set up on the near side of the field. Today, though, they are on the far side of things. Of course, because there was a football game just before us here. Another foul sets up Elmhurst with a free kick. Stephanie Berryman settles down and will give way to Allie Siebel. Siebel into the box, headed away from Laura Karsten, and back out to midfield it heads. Jamie Orweiler through. Onside is Val Lilly. Lilly challenged by Berryman, who plays it away. Berryman with good closing speed to come in on Val Lilly. 32-45 in the first half. Still scoreless. Shot situation 4-1 in favor of Wheaton. Carrie Shannon leads Laura Karsten. Plays out towards space on the far side. Caitlin Kishkunis into the box with a right foot. Missed to the left. .32-10 to play in the first half. Fitzpatrick with a goal kick. Driven around. And Valerie Wesley loses it at midfield. Jamie Orweiler in on the act defensively as well. Allie Kopelman flanked by Stephanie Thompson. Thompson backs up. Off the head of Val Lilly and rolling out of play. 31-15 to play in the first. Elmhurst and Wheaton scoreless on this Saturday. Fitzpatrick again with the goal kick for the Blue Jays. Coming in as a true freshman, there are 3 true freshman goalies on the Elmhurst roster. Fitzpatrick won the open competition this fall. Carrie Shannon tries to thread the needle. Fitzpatrick out to challenge. There's a cross, and it's played away. Great defense by Shannon Pimmel stepping in to play it out. Otherwise, there was a wide open goal for the Thunder, who do have a corner kick upcoming with Carrie Shannon. Shannon towards the far post, out of the reach of the leaping Lily. And driven out of play. Coming up on 15 minutes into the first half. Elmhurst and Wheaton in a scoreless matchup today. Valerie Wesley trying to give chase towards Morgan Geimer. Nobody back on the offensive end for the Blue Jays. They're packing everyone in defensively to try to deny opportunities. Here's Orweiler. Orweiler out of the reach of Seabolt. And back out it comes to Amy Bashan. Amy Bashan with a long run. Trying to rid herself of Esther Tan. Katie Bashan serves it up towards the box and headed away. Berryman trudges in. Pounds it with a right foot out of play off of the Thunder. 29-17 remaining first half. Stephanie Berryman with a throw, targeting DeMoss. And it's taken away by the Thunder. Elmhurst trying to sustain on the offensive side. DeMoss on the back pocket of Carrie Shannon. Amy Bashan all over Karsten. Morgan Geimer 30 yards away. Through for Valerie Wesley, chasing just shy of the box. Out it goes, and a goal kick. A little too much there for Valerie Wesley.
It's going to be interesting to observe the goalkeeping situation for the Thunder today, as they've gone to Kelsey Graham more often as of late in the first
28-20.
second half. However, on Wednesday, Grotto was able to open up in the second half.
First half of play, scoreless. Elmhurst and Wheaton. Elmhurst in the white, traveling right to left as the sun begins to set here in suburban Chicagoland. Esther Tan along that near side. Towards Val Lilly, who played to herself. A nice move. Denied, though. Amy Bashan on the move, but Tan with inside position. 27:45 to play in the first. Aaron Strom across the far side of the field and rolling along the sideline. Still in play right now, but not for much longer. It's going Elmhurst's way on a throw. Again, this match was not initially supposed to be carried here on Blue Jay TV because we had all of our production crew here at Langhorst Field for the football game. Soccer was supposed to play in a doubleheader over at Barron's. Well, now they are playing here at Langhorst. It was moved this week. Other matches in the CCIW today. North Central at Carthage. Augustana at Illinois Wesleyan. A big one there. Chicago is at Milliken in non-conference play. Coming up later this week, Illinois Wesleyan is at Wheaton on Tuesday. Orweiler into the box. Guided free. Aurora played at North Park on Thursday. Only CCIW score of this week was Wheaton with a 3-2 edge over Augustana. Everything else was non-conference play. Carthage, Milliken, North Central all scoring shutouts. Bouncing into the box, and Kelsey Graham is there to scoop. .26-10 to play in the first half. 0-0 Elmhurst and Wheaton. And a hard challenge coming in from Stephanie Thompson. Referee is there to blow the whistle. Orweiler towards the box. Orweiler pushes left towards Karsten. Carson in towards Kishkunis, off the head of Anna Seabolt and over the crossbar.
On that cross from Kishkunis, her header goes just high. What a wonderful ball from Kishkunis. Near deep to the post.
25-35 to play in the first half.
Not only fell hard to the turf, but then she's working against her.
Maddie Fitzpatrick with a goal kick. Turning is Katie Bashan. Over towards Shelly Shapazian, who's playing back on defense, has been a forward at points this year, is listed a forward on the roster, but is packing in the box. Here is Seabolt again. Seabolt missed on an opportunity moments ago. And Elmhurst able to play it away. 6 shots for Wheaton. And now the first 20 minutes of the matchup today. Flag is in the air. And Wheaton trapped offside. Heather DeMoss twisting away. Over towards Katie Bashan. Bounced up. Morgan Geimer has it played out. 24-15 to play in the half. Here comes a throw in towards Amy Bashan. Out again as Elmhurst tries to lock in deep.
Kishkunis jumping in the air and sacrificing her body on that one. She is still down on the field trying to shake it off. Probably had the wind knocked out of her.
Caitlin Kishkunis a little shaken up for the Thunder, but will stay in the ball game.
That's what you call taking one for the team right there, Jeff. That's very true. Kishkunis up, and it looks like she will continue on.
Aaron Strom trying to carry it ahead. Instead of using some space, just opts to zap it onto the Elmhurst side. Allie Siebel controls. And here comes Wheaton again on the offensive attack. Karsten to the feet of Carrie Shannon. Forced back onto the Thunder side. Now Lily, a nice move to spin around Berryman. One too many looking for Kopelman out. And a foul called on the Thunder. This the 4th against Wheaton so far. Morgan Geimer tripped up, play on according to the referee. Here's Valerie Wesley. Wesley one-on-one. Waited for Amy Bashan in the box, and Bashan falls to the turf. Boy, Wesley probably should have taken it herself there. Had a solid opportunity. Yes, it was a 1-on-2, but at the very least to try and create some openings elsewhere. Orweiler gives chase on the offensive end, and Stephanie Thompson will drive it out of play. Shelly Shapazian with the throw in for Elmhurst. Heather DeMoss cycling along through this far sideline and out of play. 21:45 remaining in the first half. A blank sheet to this point. Amy Bashan denied. Caitlin Liebedor playing back on defense, a senior for the Thunder as well. As we mentioned, a very experienced Wheaton roster. A few freshmen sprinkled in amongst a mix of juniors and seniors, all of whom are well aware of the Thunder tradition and a handball. 21 minutes even. Sun setting in the west here in Elmhurst. The free kick for Siebel. Driven away. Space for Val Lilly. Lilly right past Berryman. Lilly continues to move out towards Orweiler. Now it's Orweiler one-on-one against Shapazian turning right. Orweiler over towards Shannon. Wheaton very patient on offense. Lilly blasts it into the box just out of the reach of Kopelman. Kopelman did not get a piece of the drive. And with 20 minutes to go in the first half, it remains a scoreless affair. Blue Jays have done just enough defensively to keep this in a scoreless contest. Matty Fitzpatrick has been strong early. And a Seabolt lost it. Bounced onto the Wheaton side. Laura Karsten playing catch with Aaron Strom. Kaylin Kishkunis into the offensive end, rotating towards Shannon. Lights have been turned on here at Langhorse Field. The lights a new addition here for 2011. New lights, of course. Elmhurst did not have lights here at Langhorst Field. Also a new addition, the turf. Esther Tan crosses into the box, and Kopelman with her head missed it high. A nice round of applause from the Thunder faithful. Wheaton travels very well. Allie Kopelman with 4 goals and 4 assists, a senior out of Rockford, Illinois. Stephanie Berryman controlling for Elmhurst. Out of her reach, leading to a break. Orweiler carries. Orweiler towards the box, rotates left, and it's poked away by Siebel. Nice defense for Allie Siebel. Orweiler has it again into the box. Valerie Wesley on her left hip, played away, and a corner upcoming for the Thunder. It'll be corner kick number 3 for Wheaton here in the first half. 17:50 to play, still scoreless. Caitlin Kishkunis will put it down for Wheaton. She'll address it high, and it's punched away by Fitzpatrick, who's out of the goal. Open net, team save. Back to the left coast, and Fitzpatrick got a piece of that as well. What an offensive sequence for the Thunder. A corner kick was punched away by Fitzpatrick, and then a wide open goal saw the Blue Jays line up with a 2-player wall, which led to a team save. And Kishkunis had another go, and now the Thunder are on the board. Fitzpatrick came out to challenge. It was out of her reach, and Laura Karsten pokes it into the back of the net. Karsten's 4th goal of the season. Off of a corner as Caitlin Kishkunis, the senior out of Glenview, helped to set it up. Kishkunis with assist number 6 of the year. And the Thunder celebrate opening the scoring with under 17 minutes to play in the first half. And we'll restart play. Katie Bashan towards Valerie Wesley. Played away. Past the Wheaton bench. 16.5 remaining. A strong sequence for the Thunder led to the first goal of the contest. They have 11 shots here in the first half compared to only 1 for Elmhurst. And it is the Thunder with a 1-goal lead. And looking for more here. Foul. Lily crosses midfield into the offensive end. And a foul will be called as the referee comes over and points out the exact spot for the Wheaton free kick. A quick restart from Tan. Over towards Lilly, who puts it into the box, and it one hops to Fitzpatrick. 15:40 remaining in the first half. Another shot for the Thunder on the offensive side. They have been relentless here early on. Out off of Wheaton, an Elmhurst throw with 15:20 to play in the half. First sub of the match, Samantha Perry will take the place of Shannon Pimmel on the Elmhurst side. We've played a half an hour of the first half. It is Wheaton with a 1-goal lead. Elmhurst has kind of spent some time focusing a bit on the defensive end of things this year. They own shutout wins over Dominican, Albion, Greenville, Eureka, Alverno, Knox, and North Central. Elmhurst has also dropped a pair of 1-0 decisions this year to Carthage and Kalamazoo in the home opener on September 4th. Yes, the same Kalamazoo squad that played Wheaton to a scoreless draw. Siebel, airborne. And it's bounced around as a foul will go against Elmhurst. Carrie Shannon restarts it. Carrie Shannon surrounded over towards Karsten. Forced to change course. Here comes Wesley in to challenge Caitlin Liebador. Stepping in front is Samantha Perry, who lost her footing, and off to the races heads Val Lilly. Lilly ahead to Orweiler. Orweiler denied by Siebel. And out of play across the far side. 13:25 to play in the half. 2 substitutions on their way in for the Thunder at the next dead ball. This will be an Elmhurst throw, so no sub here.
All right, free kick for the Blue Jays.
12:45 to play in the half. Wheaton up a goal. Allie Kopelman uses her knees to control. Here's Val Lilly. Carrie Shannon twisting away. Orweiler and Karsten with a little give and go. Karsten with a sliding attempt towards Katie Bashan. Katie Bashan, a long through ball along the far side of the field to her sister Amy. Amy into the box. Tries to center towards DeMoss, and it's played away. Bashan, though, settles down. Here comes Amy Bashan against 3 blue jerseys, attempted to play back towards Samantha Perry. Katie Bashan with her foot on it. And offside. 11:45 to play in the half. Wheaton 1, Elmhurst none. Laura Karsten blasts it onto the offensive side. Stephanie Berryman forced to play back towards Stephanie Thompson.
Back to midfield. Carrie Shannon's going to get ahead to it there and send it to Kishkunis. Kishkunis back through Shannon to Carson.
Laura Karsten
Shannon's
towards Shannon.
midfield tries to send forward.
And Berryman in to blast it away.
Send forward. This will be a Thunder throw-in on the near side, and we should have substitutions.
We have subs for both teams.
Kishkunis is going to come off as well.
Sarah Gadira for Wheaton along with Annie Hamilton. While Elmhurst will bring in Kylie MacArthur.
For the Thunder, for Kishkunis on the far sideline.
Clock running, 10:38 first half.
10:36 left.
Restart, says the referee.
1-0 here in Elmhurst.
Amy Bashan could not locate the ball.
In the middle, and she'll play it back to Erin Strom.
Erin Strom
Strom's
out far side.
drops it back to Liebedor.
Cycling around towards Liebedor.
Liebedor forward to Carson. Carson forward to Shannon.
And the Thunder methodically working their way up the field.
Carson plays it back to Erin Strom. Strom now
Here's Erin Strom.
the middle, now turns back towards the sideline. Good move by Strom, and she'll play it forward to Hamilton. Hamilton brings it forward.
Along to Hamilton. Hamilton still in play.
To the middle to Orla.
Quick look towards Orweiler. Orweiler attempts to work it through towards Hamilton.
Away
And it's finessed out of play off the foot of Allie Siebel.
for the Thunder. Deep into
Under 10 minutes to play in the half.
throw quickly. Gets it to Siebold. Siebold sends
A one-goal lead for the Thunder.
it. Hamilton will go after it again. Now it's like
Karsten into challenge, but DeMoss on the scene.
to it first for the Blue Jays and clear it away.
MacArthur gives chase.
On the far side.
Kylie MacArthur, a freshman out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
He's going to send it on the right side looking for Esther Tan. Tan comes
One of the many freshmen on this Elmhurst roster here in 2011. Onside is Val Lilly, but too much mustard for her. And an Elmhurst throw deep on their own end.
flag and roll over the sideline, not the end line.
But not before another Elmhurst substitution will jog on.
Elmhurst substitution taking place.
Shapazian exits.
A reminder that you can find the Shapazian football game coming up on the radio at 7 o'clock.
Kelsey Jasinski in for the Blue Jays, and Maddie Fitzpatrick with another save. 8:45 to play. Fitzpatrick and the Elmhurst defense, the reason why it is only a one-goal lead for the Thunder here in the first half.
1 goal in this first half. Blue Jays come the other way. A pass forward to
Esther Tan rolling into her teammates,
and it will roll out of play.
and a throw in for the Blue Jays
Be a Blue Jay throw-in.
with 8:20 to play in the half.
Still 1-0 Thunder.
Amy Bashan
Amy Bashan controls on the far side.
lost it,
For the Blue Jays, she has it taken away, and now it's cleared forward.
and
For the Thunder, Gadara gets
sent along the near side.
sent back.
Wesley
Territory.
bothered by Strom in her pocket.
Well played in the middle for DeMoss.
Elmhurst heading the wrong way here.
2
Katie Bashan out towards Amy Bashan
over to her.
along the far side of the field.
She's going against Annie Hamilton.
Amy Bashan trying to keep it in along the box. Tried to send it through. Defended nicely by Erin Strom. Now here come the Thunder. Jamie Orweiler off to the races. Orweiler passes a defender. Orweiler through towards Seabolt. Seabolt into the box with two bodies around. And sent away by Perry. 7:28 to play here in the first half. Wheaton with a one-goal lead, and a foul will be called against the Thunder. Free kick for the Blue Jays on the Wheaton side. It's already the seventh foul against the Thunder here in the half.
10 yards.
Does count a couple of handballs, but still.
7:08 left in this opening half. With the Thunder on top, 1-0.
Siebel with the free kick. Headed around to the box. Still airborne. Cycled away off the foot of Esther Tan. Annie Hamilton with a lot of room. Along the far side towards Anna Seabolt. Out off of Elmhurst. 6:38 first half.
Hamilton comes forward to take the throw for the Thunder. She will throw it back to Carrie Shannon. Shannon controls for the Thunder and plays into the middle to Laura Karsten.
Laura Karsten
Field and comes
out wide towards Tan. Into challenge comes MacArthur. but it'll trickle out of play along that near sideline. That's their 10 out of Ridgefield, Connecticut, with the throw in. Here's MacArthur fighting with Lilly. And substitution for the Blue Jays. Exiting is Heather DeMoss. Entering Andrea Kamak.
Elmhurst, they've been doing a good job in the last 5 minutes or so making offensive attacks for that top of the 18 and sometimes through it, but the Thunder have been up.
Throw in for the Blue Jays.
They've been making good counterattack runs of their own.
Orweiler waits. Laura Karsten back onto the Wheaton side. Aaron Strom settles. Attempts to go through along the far side, and it'll roll its way out of play with 5:15 to play in the opening 45. Aaron Strom in towards the box. Jamie Orweiler taking her time. Out of the reach of Anna Seabolt. And a throw in for Wheaton with less than 5 minutes to play in the half. The Thunder up a goal. Laura Karsten's 4th of the season. The junior out of Grand Haven, Michigan. And a challenge in the box. A corner upcoming for Wheaton. Carrie Shannon racing over towards the near corner. Wheaton's goal came off of a short corner kick. Doesn't appear as though they'll play short here. Shannon aiming far side, hit it over everything. Out of play. .350 left in the half. Ping-ponged around. And Katie Bashan tried to shoot through, but intercepting was Hamilton. 3.5 remaining. Carrie Shannon to the center line. Shannon with a right foot. Bouncing towards the box. And played away. Amy Bashan over towards Andrea Kamak. Trudging in is Liebador. Under 3 minutes to play in the opening 45. 1-0. Elmhurst trailing Wheaton in women's soccer action. Thunder trying to remain unbeaten both in the CCIW and on the season. Elmhurst looking to avoid their 3rd conference loss of the year today. They're already facing a tough challenge to try and be one of the 4 teams in the CCIW tournament, with 3 matches remaining counting today, including a road date at the always strong Augustana College Vikings. 2:05 remaining. And a throw in for Aaron Strom. Carrie Shannon taking her time. Quick one-touch through towards Lilly. Lilly off to the races, crosses into the box, and diving is Maddie Fitzpatrick. Cross into the box. Fitzpatrick came out and stopped the opportunity. Down to 1.5 minutes remaining, and the flag is in the air for offside. Referee backing up the free kick here with time running down in the first half.
Came out and missed the ball trying to punch it away, and that's how the Thunder scored. But other than that, she has been rock solid for the Elmhurst Blue Jays and has kept this at a 1-goal game. Now Gadara controls in the middle for the Thunder.
Sarah Gadara
Looking, I believe, for Hamilton.
has it taken away.
That one is taken away and now sent forward.
Kelly Jasinski along the far side. Elmhurst looking for some kind of offense here. They have only one shot in the half. We're down to 45 seconds to play in the first. I'm Tim Calderwood with you this afternoon. Now evening here in Elmhurst for women's soccer action. Under 30 seconds to play in the half. Carrie Shannon. Nice move around Amy Bastion. Over towards Hamilton. Down to 14 seconds left. Here's Karsten, a quick one-touch into the box. Siebel into challenge. Fitzpatrick dives on top. And with that, the first half will come to a close. Wheaton with a 1-0 lead at the break as we step aside. This is Blue Jay TV. Halftime in Elmhurst, Wheaton with a 1-goal advantage. Second half ready to open. Elmhurst will begin with possession. Some of the defensive play for the Blue Jays in the first half, specifically from goalkeeper Maddie Fitzpatrick. Thus, it's only a 1-goal deficit right now. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here. First, we'll start with the team totals. Wheaton outshot Elmhurst 15-1 in the first half. 9 shots on goal for the Thunder. Meanwhile, Wheaton with 7 fouls compared to 4 for Elmhurst, 4 corner kicks, and the Thunder were caught offside on 2 occasions compared to just 1 for Elmhurst. Here comes an opportunity for Morgan Geimer quickly to open the second half. And it'll be poked out of play individually. Maddie Fitzpatrick with 7 saves in the first half. There was a team save credited as well. 1 goal allowed. Only shot belongs to Amy Bastion, who was on goal. 4 shots for Val Lilly, leading the way for Wheaton. And it is Wheaton on the way in the first moments of this second half with a 1-goal lead. Maddie Fitzpatrick remains in goal for the Blue Jays here. The freshman out of Downers Grove, who prepped at Downers Grove North High School. Both of the Bastions prepped at Downers South. Only goal of the matchup belongs to Laura Karsten, finishing off of a corner kick for Wheaton. We're a minute and a half into the second. Remains a 1-0 lead. Whole lot of nothing so far. Valerie Wesley trying to change course against Caitlin Liebedor. Wesley twisted away and let out of play. Men's matchup at 7:30 tonight here on Blue Jay TV. Other upcoming broadcasts, we have volleyball for you Tuesday. Boys, the Elmhurst volleyball team continuing to gain some momentum. Regional rankings released this week. We'll have that for you Tuesday nights, and then a doubleheader of soccer Wednesday evening from over at Barron's Park. So a lot upcoming here on Blue Jay TV. We may have video for you from North Central next week for the Elmhurst North Central football game. We'll definitely have audio for certain. It's looking like we may be able to provide you with some video as well. 42-20 to play. A 1-goal lead for Wheaton. Here's an opportunity for Amy Bastion right at Kelsey Graham. The second save for Graham in the matchup. Good chance for Elmhurst, though, early in the second. Have to take your chances in strides and make the most of them against this Wheaton team. Wheaton number 4 in the country, 14-0-1. Elmhurst 10-3-1. But the Blue Jays are 1-2-1 in the CCIW. Caitlin Kishkunis, a quick turn up towards Sarah Guidera, who will chip it up. And it's blasted away by Stephanie Berryman. Morgan Geimer tried to feed Amy Bastion, but Karsten denied the opportunity. It'll volleyball around a bit before settling down in midfield. Stephanie Thompson with a long run. Thompson continues to carry as she plays it out towards Wesley. Wesley looking to find a way into the box, and it's driven away by Jamie Orweiler. Orweiler, a hat trick last season against Elmhurst. 8 goals, 11 assists this year. Jamie Orweiler changing course. And back around it goes. Elmhurst at least doing a little better job of possessing here early in the second half as well. Perhaps taking a page from Wheaton in that regard. The Thunder did a very good job of holding the ball and making crisp passes back and forth, leading to opportunities. So we come up on 5 minutes into the second half. Orweiler, a 4-on-4. Orweiler around Katie Bastion. Over towards Allie Kopelman. Kopelman into the box. Turning away. Berryman there defensively. Play on according to the referee. Kopelman into the box. The right foot on the way from Carrie Shannon, well high. And they'll say it was off of Elmhurst, so a corner upcoming for Wheaton. This will be corner number 5 of the day. And again, at 7:30, it's the Elmhurst and Wheaton men here on Blue Jay TV. I'm Tim Calderwood with you on this Saturday evening.
approaches, sends the ball away.
Caitlin Kishkunis into the box, and on the scene is Maddie Fitzpatrick. Well, those corner kicks, you just try to put them up into the box and hope for a head, in a lot of cases, to come charging in and drive it into the back of the net. Maddie Fitzpatrick denied the chance there. Here's Carrie Shannon chipping up into the box and towards the left edge as the Blue Jays play it away. Allie Kopelman came in to charge. And a throw-in upcoming for Wheaton. Deep on the Elmhurst side.
Lily throws it in to Guerrero on the left side of the box. Guerrero keeping the defender away, now plays it on to Lily. Lily slides to keep that one in play.
And it'll roll out along the end line. Maddie Fitzpatrick in her 15th match of the season, 5 shutouts to her credit, goals against average of 0.82. It's been strong in goal again today. A couple of times she's come out to challenge and has left the goal open. One of those opportunities led directly to the first Wheaton goal. On another occasion, the team did an outstanding job of stepping in to record a save, with a team wall denying a Wheaton chance. Elmhurst trying to counter. Wheaton keeps finding a way to step in front. And here's Amy Bashan. And out of play it goes. Valerie Wesley chasing far side. Esther Tan on her defensively. Wesley into the box. And just to the right of the goal. Heather DeMoss was in the box initially, feeding Geimer. And a goal kick for Wheaton. With 37 minutes left in this one. 1 goal advantage for the Thunder. Stepping in front is Shapazian. Serving it up towards Amy Bashan. Valerie Wesley trying to win position. Looking for DeMoss. Geimer into challenge as well. Laura Karsten taking her time. Caitlin Kishkunis. Twisting away. And it's played out. Laura Karsten over to Erin Strom. Morgan Geimer all over Strom defensively. Off the shin of Shannon Pimmel. Shannon Pimmel doing her best defensively. Into the box, Allie Siebel free and rolling to the feet of Maddie Fitzpatrick. Elmhurst is in the white, moving left to right here in the second half. Wheaton in the blue. Strong attempt from Caitlin Kishkunis, well over the crossbar. Allie Kopelman. Twisting right. And out along the sideline to throw in for the Thunder. Looks like Kopelman will take the throw for the Thunder. She throws it in now. That's Carrie Shannon on that far sideline turning toward the end line. A goal kick upcoming for Fitzpatrick. And they result in another Blue Jay goal kick. Still 1-0 Thunder as we go just in this, well, we're just
over 10 minutes into this.
Elmhurst 5-2 at home overall, 4-1 here at Langhorst Field.
With the score still 1-0 Thunder.
Wheaton a perfect 7-0 on the road this season,
Comes Maddie Fitzpatrick.
sitting fourth in the NSCAA coaches poll.
Now Kishkunis comes forward to take the lead. Kishkunis is going to bring it up the right sideline herself. Here comes Kishkunis on that far sideline. Looks to turn towards the middle.
Looking down the road, we talked about the big matchups this week.
She scores the right side of the box. She tries to get
Illinois Wesleyan is at Wheaton on Tuesday. Elmhurst will host Milliken on Wednesday. Contest can be seen live here on Blue Jay TV.
this second half.
And the regular season wraps up on the 29th, 1 week from today. Elmhurst at Augustana. Wheaton will end at Milliken. Here's a corner for the Thunder. And never reached the box.
Into play, and it'll be a goal kick yet again for the Elmhurst Blue Jays.
33-25 left. Fitzpatrick with the goal kick. Eased over towards Pimmel. Along the near side, Shapazian with a long ball, giving chases Wesley towards the box and out of play. Another throw for the Blue Jays.
Elmhurst will drop the ball back the other way. They'll have a throw in on this near sideline. This one comes in to number 14, Geimer. He turns in the middle, trying to get a pass off there. Orweiler's there in the middle. Now it's dropped back to Karsten. Thunder will try to go the other way with it. Karsten to Kishkunis on that far sideline. She sends it
Wheaton on the move.
on the far side. Kopelman's giving chase.
All the way along the far side.
Catch up, and nice turn by the defender to keep it away from midfield, where Esther Tan will collect for the Thunder. She plays into the middle to Shannon. Shannon will drop
Plenty of space here for Wheaton.
space, sends it on the near side to
Val Lilly
Val Lilly, giving chase now on the far on the near side.
denied by Shapazian.
Will roll over the end line and result in
And out it goes. 32-10 left. Wheaton with a 1-goal lead.
ball roll
Elmhurst has shown a little more life offensively here in the second half,
back up before throwing it in. Her throw just goes over
but still find themselves trailing by a goal.
to Geimer in the middle. Now it's taken away, and Carson will find it. Get a foot to it and get it to Kishkunis on that far sideline. Kishkunis looking to get up the sideline again. Nice move to get around the defender. Now she'll pull back and drop
Caitlin Kishkunis
Tan plays into the middle to Laura Karsten.
back towards midfield. Laura Karsten headed the wrong way.
Pass back to Liebedor, so Liebedor moves and gets a little more open. And now it goes back to Liebedor. She sends it forward to Val Lilly.
Off the chest of Val Lilly.
Turns up the sideline. Just moves
Lilly up the sideline,
now she gets to her side, crosses into the middle, and that one is
aiming right and out of play.
over the sideline. And
Aaron
Aaron Strom is not very good on the throw.
Strom with a throw in.
To the middle to Carrie Shannon.
Strom able to keep in down below us.
Now I'll play it back a little too far for
Out of the reach of Carrie Shannon.
it to Carrie Shannon. And now the Blue Jays take it away. And they're trying to control in their defense. Now a clearance forward. It meets the head of Laura Karsten.
DeMoss
Back into
towards Pimmel.
Elmhurst territory, but now it's chipped back into Thunder territory. Karsten there yet again.
Pinballs it off of Carrie Shannon.
Kishkunis, nice move.
And the Thunder control.
She'll step forward with it. She plays forward. That ball will bounce towards the end line. And that
All the way into the box. Picked up again by Fitzpatrick.
Patrick for the Elmhurst Blue Jays.
We're coming up on 15 minutes into the second half. It remains a Wheaton 1-goal advantage.
In the match, and the Thunder still on top by a score of 1-0. They're looking for that second goal.
Morgan Geimer
Now a chance for the Blue
pushing, chipping into the box, and bouncing towards Kelsey Graham.
Jays. The box makes its way all the way through to Kelsey Graham, and she scoops it up. Quickly rolls it out on the far side to Kishkunis. Kishkunis bringing it back the other way for the Thunder. Her cross is in deep. Now Gadara
Stephanie Thompson
will get there first. And cross field.
pushing over.
To the middle, Orweiler's going to intercept it there.
Orweiler on the move. Orweiler threading the needle. Orweiler to the box.
Waiting for Kopelman.
Pushing left for Kopelman.
And now we'll send it across looking for Shannon. That one
And some nice defense by the Blue Jays as Heather DeMoss
there. Bounces high in.
able to interrupt.
Shannon will get a foot to it and get it to Kishkunis. Kishkunis is going to bring it up the far sideline. Now she looks to cross it into the box.
Bouncing into the box for the waiting Maddie Fitzpatrick.
But it takes a hop and goes right to Maddie Fitzpatrick for the Elmhurst Blue Jays.
So the Blue Jays with one other home match coming up on Wednesday against Milliken at 5 o'clock. We'll have it for you here on Blue Jay TV. We've got men's soccer action tonight at 7:30. Same two teams, Elmhurst and Wheaton. Likewise on Wednesday from Barron's Park. Orweiler upended and a foul against Elmhurst. 28:50 left. Hello, passing freight train. One of my favorite times of the day, twilight. I know I'm not talking about the movie. With one Taylor Lautner. 28:20 to play. Though I hear the most recent of those is due out in a couple of weeks. 1-0 Wheaton with the advantage. Back towards Liebedor. We'll let it roll all the way in towards the box. Kelsey Graham sucks it up and lets it roll out of play. Elmhurst deep in the offensive end. Trying to start something here with Shannon Pimmel. Pimmel with a right foot into the box. Denied by Orweiler. And here comes Orweiler off to the races, just utilizing speed. Jamie Orweiler, the senior, along the near side towards Val Lilly. Lilly off of Siebel and rolling out of play. Orweiler denied. And it's at midfield. Laura Karsten, who owns the only goal so far, with an opportunity. Here comes Valerie Wesley, and again, I'll mention that Elmhurst has done a much better job of controlling possession here in the second half. It still hasn't been able to translate it into a goal in the offensive end. Out of the reach of Orweiler. Along the far side and rolling out of play. And a foul against the Thunder. Free kick for the Blue Jays into the box. Amy Bashan giving chase, denied by Liebedor. 25:20 to play. Elmhurst trailing by a goal. Here come the Blue Jays again into the box. It's blasted around, rebound free, up and over the crossbar. An initial attempt was denied by the block of Kelsey Graham, and then it came free, and Elmhurst had another opportunity, miss high. Two very strong chances for the Blue Jays. Under 25 minutes to play. Elmhurst had their best opportunity moments ago. We've got a whistle and a foul against the Thunder. 40 yards away, another free kick upcoming for the Blue Jays. Allie Siebel, the junior out of Westchester, Ohio, with the free kick. Into the box, headed free, and knocked away. Shapazian able to save the zone. Headed around towards the box, and knocked away. Blue Jays trying to trap it in some more. Shapazian backing up Graham. 23:43 to play. Allie Kopelman chasing the punt as a handball called on DeMoss. Free kick from midfield. Hesitation move from Aaron Strom. And bouncing into the box. Once again, Fitzpatrick there. Elmhurst has done a solid job defensively today, especially here in the second half, really limiting Wheaton's opportunities. Kopelman attempting to chase down, and Thompson will roll it into the box as Fitzpatrick hammers it out of play. 22-40. A one-goal lead for the Thunder. Here comes the throw in for Wheaton. DeMoss pushes away. And Amy Bashan able to keep in. Leaping is Karsten. Back towards Strom. Thunder almost playing keep away here. And a through ball rolling into the box. Again, Fitzpatrick has it. I'm Tim Calderwood with you on Blue Jay TV tonight. Kevin Jude will have the call of the men's matchup between Elmhurst and Wheaton. Shannon Pimmel spins free. Amy Bashan on the far side of the field. Head up towards Katie. And a whistle against the Blue Jays. 21-10 to play. Just a one-goal lead for Wheaton. A parade of car alarms are going off in the parking lot currently. Outstanding. In no way, shape, and form is that the greatest sound on the earth. 20:40 left. Katie Bashan tries to work it into the offensive end. Bashan eventually takes away towards Geimer, and a one-touch past Wesley. Laura Karsten over towards the near side. Just out of the reach of the charging Sarah Guidera. Possibly the best opportunity for Wheaton here in the second half. We're under 20 minutes left. Allie Kopelman dead on. A little finesser towards Orweiler off of Fitzpatrick's hands. The fingertips of Fitzpatrick.
Thunder players, and now it is cleared by the Blue Jays. Great save yet again by Fitzpatrick, keeping this a one-goal game.
And it remains Wheaton with the 1-goal advantage.
Shannon plays on the right side for
19:05 to play.
for the Thunder.
It's at the feet of Orweiler. And the flag is in the air for a foul.
Sideline, and it results in a Thunder throw-in.
It's against Elmhurst. Orweiler will measure up the free kick.
On that far side, looks like Orweiler will take it for the Thunder.
She leaps over the top. They play short.
Now it's played back to Esther Tan by
Kind of a give and go. Tan looking into the box. Out is Fitzpatrick and on top.
sliding to get on top of the ball and keep the Thunder at bay for now.
18:23 left.
In the match, with the Thunder still up 1-0 and doing a little bit more knocking
Valerie Wesley
at recent times.
pressing in,
Press forward the Blue Jays.
but it is out off of Wesley on the far side, and substitutions will come on.
The Blue Jay player will have a Thunder throw in on the far
2 for the Blue Jays, 1 for Wheaton.
Sarah Gadara comes out and is replaced by Grace McKenzie for the Thunder.
Thunder been fortunate enough to mount a few serious offensive attacks.
Grace McKenzie in for Wheaton,
Little Parrish, he will
sophomore from New Jersey.
offensive attacking by Elmhurst. They've definitely taken an assertive side in the second half. Offensively, they want to tie this sucker up.
I know 18 is for us. You can do it through just
Yeah, they have,
participation,
but the
just so
Thunder
that they're
defense has
registered
stood
as
tall
playing.
so
Right.
far. The ball comes back into the
all I
Thunder
worry
and then
about
to the
is-
top of the box. Strom is going to control, keeping it away from Geimer. She'll
Aaron
play it back
Strom
to the
Other than why
dangerously back into the box.
middle. That one's going to be intercepted.
Here's Pimmel.
By Shannon Pimmel. They will try to-
One too many perhaps. Katie Bastion back to Pimmel,
now plays
rotating right.
up on the
Geimer bothered, lost it. Pimmel again. Leave it for Shapazian.
It's back with
Shapazian changes directions against McKenzie.
the far side. Getting a foot to it there is Shannon.
Airborne.
Control for now.
And we have a handball.
Call on the Blue Jays will result in a Thunder free kick from just outside their own penalty.
16:55 to play. Still Wheaton by a goal.
50 left in the match. Thunder still ahead 1-0 as this comes to Kiskunis. Kiskunis able to track it down and drive it back to Aaron Straub. Straub turns and drops to
Elmhurst has done a much better job challenging offensively here in the second.
their sideline. Now plays forward looking for Kiskunis. Kiskunis has
Have been credited with 9 shots in the match.
forward. She sends forward looking for McKenzie. That ball will take a couple.
And out along that near side.
Good idea from Kiskunis, but McKenzie couldn't quite track it down on this near side. Now throw for the Blue Jays comes in
Off the chest of Andrea Kamak. And it's turned over. Orweiler waiting. Orweiler stopping
back to Shannon. Shannon will
and knocking over to carry Shannon on the far side. Out of play.
cross in the middle. That was deflected away out of bounds.
16 minutes to play. Substitution for Wheaton.
Now another Thunder substitution. Allie Kopelman heads to the bench. And number 25, Danny DeLeon comes on.
Danny DeLeon,
Bell throw comes right back to
sophomore for the Thunder, appearing in her 14th match of the year.
and Elmhurst throw in.
15:35 left.
You've seen a lot of Elmhurst attacking here in this second half. It's good to see the Thunder trying to get something going again offensively. Now Orwell is going to fight for the ball here mid.
Kamak with the left foot,
Mac is going to clear it away into Thunder territory now.
seeking Kylie MacArthur.
Katie Bashan forward to Amy Bashan, and she'll drop it back to Katie yet again. Now it comes to
Kamak airborne with the left foot,
territory on that
out of the reach of the leaping MacArthur and skipping out of play.
throw for the Thunder. He sends it into Seabolt on the far side. Seabolt push drops it back to Esther, and Tan will now clear it up that far sideline looking for McKenzie. Goes just past McKenzie, now sent into the middle.
Kamak
Andrea Kamash again.
into the middle.
Now it's in the middle, played onto the near side.
Here comes Shapazian at midfield.
Shabazian sends across
Will serve it up with the right foot,
Tan, does a good job.
targeting MacArthur. Knocked away, and we're down under 15 minutes to play.
To Shannon, and the Thunder will control for now. Shannon plays up to Orweiler. Orweiler drop it back to Laura Karsten. Karsten turns in the middle of the field and sends it to Carrie Shannon. Good passing from the Thunder in this possession. Now Shannon has some trouble. The defender goes
Carry Shannon around her defender. Shannon through into the box. Maybe too much though, but a nice effort on the play from Grace McKenzie. But it is out, and a goal kick upcoming for Elmhurst after some more substitutions. For the Blue Jays, Wesley and DeMoss return. Geimer and Pimmel exit. 13:45 to go. The goal kick from Maddie Fitzpatrick. McKenzie pushing out wide. There's Orweiler trying to center for Karsten. Karsten with a left foot, a lot on it. What a save by Fitzpatrick. Reaches up the arms in self-defense and eases it over the crossbar. 13:05 remaining. Into the box, and a handball in the box on Wheaton. Quick restart for the Blue Jays. Amy Bashan will give chase 1-on-3. Bashan on the move, looking for help. Bashan right down Main Street. Continues to carry. Changing directions. Right, left, right, left. Looked for DeMoss, and it's taken away. Stephanie Thompson bringing into the offensive end. And along the far side and through in amongst the Elmhurst College men's team, who waits in the corner for their 7:30 showdown with Wheaton tonight.
12 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second half of this one. The Thunder still on top, 1-0. In the second half, that's been much more even than the first one.
12:05 remaining. 1-0. Wheaton with the advantage. Shapazian towards DeMoss. Amy Bashan from dead on with a left foot. Interrupted by Liebador. Kamak steps in. Tries to win it away from Shannon. Here's Katie Bashan into the box. And Elmhurst has done a much better job here in the second half, as a foul will be called. We have a stoppage of the clock as the referee will call over the Elmhurst player here. I believe that is Stephanie Berryman. And he will have my favorite part of the sport of soccer, the Stern Lecture. Please, don't you do that again. Okay, sir, thank you. Restart the clock with 11:17 to play. 1-0, Wheaton on top. Esther Tan along the far sideline towards Katie Bashan. Cannot win it there. Down under 11 minutes to play. Throw in for Wheaton. Out of play and a sub for the Blue Jays. Geimer returns along with Pimmel. $10:15 left. Out off of Wheaton for an Elmhurst throw. Berryman with the honors for the Blue Jays. Towards the box. Morgan Geimer twisting away. 9:40 to go. Aaron Strom along the near side to Anna Seabolt, leading McKenzie, who was out. And some more subs for Elmhurst. Back on is Amy Bashan and Katie Bashan.
Another substitution as the Bashans come back on the field for the Blue Jays for this throw.
9:05 left.
Now the throw comes in.
Just one goal today belonging to Laura Karsten.
To Shannon. Shannon drops it back to Laura Karsten. Karsten takes her time, looks over options, now steps forward, turns back towards midfield. Two defenders on her and drops it back to Aaron Strom. Strom being pressured by
Aaron Strom
towards the sidelines and forward to Seabolt.
ahead towards Anna Seabolt. Seabolt trying to rid herself of Shapazian into the midfield, just out of the reach of Orweiler. Here comes Pimmel looking to counter. Ahead to Wesley with some space. Wesley on the move. Reverses her way around Aaron Strom. Targeted DeMoss, but it's played away with 8:20 to play. And the Thunder continuing to lead by a goal. Katie Bashan with a right foot in towards the box, trickling its way to Kelsey Graham. 8 minutes to go. Off the noggin of Amy Bashan. And out of play we go. Throw in for Shapazian towards Katie Bashan with a left foot. Headed on by Amy Bashan into the box. Chasing is DeMoss. And back out again it comes to the Blue Jays, who are doing a very solid job, as I've mentioned repeatedly here in the second half, of controlling. They haven't been able to turn it into a goal, however, with 7:15 remaining, still down a goal. Danny De Leon leads Anna Seabolt all the way into the box, and Maddie Fitzpatrick on the scene. Fitzpatrick with 12 saves in the contest. Amy Bashan outside the box. Bashan into the box. Bashan waiting. Great attempt, but it was deflected away. And here come the Thunder on side. De Leon chases, and it's back towards Fitzpatrick, who leads with 6.5 remaining. Wheaton 1, Elmhurst nothing. Early goal for the Thunder has held up.
Tried to kick it forward off of McKenzie out of play, and eventually does roll out of play off McKenzie for the Blue Jay throw in. Thrower comes out on the far side. Turner going after the ball there. Now it's dropped back and cleared back towards midfield. But Orweiler's going to get to it.
Orweiler
turns towards the near sideline, still controlling. Gets a
nice look for De Leon, but good defense by the Blue Jays.
and played back towards midfield.
Katie Bashan with a right foot.
For Katie Bashan, she sends it forward.
Off the knee of Karsten. Wesley towards Geimer with 5:45 remaining.
Pass it on the near sideline for Elmhurst.
Airborne.
Chipped back towards Geimer again.
Geimer
On the
traps.
side. She's being defended by Esther Shannon. She'll drop
Shapazian with a right foot.
Shapazian, sends it
In towards the circle.
comes free to carry through.
And here come the Thunder again.
Counterattack now. Shannon towards the right side. Now gets
Just trying to use some time here, up a goal.
brings it across midfield. And she'll chip it into the middle for
Orweiler
Orweiler. Turns two defenders on her. Gets it to Ann Turner. Turner bringing it up the far sideline again. She's looking to cross it in. She's being defended. Sends it back to Orweiler. Orweiler one touch it up for Turner again. Turner's going to try and track it down.
and too much.
Not quite get to the ball before it went over the edge.
Substitution for Wheaton with 5 minutes even to play in the matchup, as 3 subs will jog in for the Thunder.
With Allie Kopelman and Sarah Gadara for the Thunder. And Seabolt, De Leon, and McKenzie are coming
Here's
in.
the goal kick for Fitzpatrick.
Just inside of
with under 5 minutes to play.
left in this second half of action. Elmhurst controls
Shannon
it.
Pimmel turning away.
Towards midfield, just gets past the outstretched leg of Karsten and comes forward to Amy Bashin.
Amy Bashin out of the reach of Pimmel. And a throw for the Thunder with 4:25 to go.
On the far sideline. Esther Chan comes over to take this throw in for the Thunder. Just off the near sideline to Ann Turner. Turner will take a touch and now go towards midfield with it.
And a foul.
And
Referee barely even had any time to blow his whistle before the Blue Jays restarted.
Elmhurst
Wesley towards the box, thwarted. And upended by Aaron Strom defensively. Under 4 minutes left. The right foot low to Graham. And a collision in the box.
from Amy Bashin right next to her in the box.
Referee will come make sure everybody's all right there.
Kelsey Graham
Hasn't signaled for the clock to stop yet with 3:33 left.
right next to her. And we will have a kick for the Thunder. Leibador approaches and kicks it towards the near sideline. Takes a hop and off the head of Val Lilly.
Val Lilly out of play. Katie Bashin a quick throw. Lilly there to blast it back to midfield with 3:13 left. Time for Elmhurst to start pressing ahead. 3 minutes left.
Keep everything safe for the Thunder. Graham boots the ball away to midfield with 3 minutes left in the match.
High hopper at the center stripe. Shapazian changing course.
Jason sends it forward. It's off the leg of Lilly and back straight to
Shapazian again.
now she sends it towards the middle
Back from whence it came towards Pimmel.
for the Thunder. Now it's going to be sent to the far side.
Play on according to the referee as Stephanie Berryman
Take the ball away now.
feeds Katie Bashin.
Bashin has in the middle going against
Orweiler in to bother.
no one home for the
And out of play. Down to 2:25 remaining. Still Wheaton up a goal.
in this second half. The Thunder still on top 1-0. Doing a great job defending Elmhurst in this second half to keep them off the board.
They really had to. Elmhurst making it known they're not going to go away easy in this ballgame. The last 10 minutes they've been some tense moments.
Into the box. The left foot is in the back of the net to tie the match. Oh my goodness. Amy Bashin late in the matchup with her 9th goal of the year to tie it. One aside with 2:06 to play.
Elmhurst Blue Jays able to lose a goal, tied this one up just in the nick of time, 136 seconds before the end.
Wheaton still has some time. They've been kind of content to play back a bit defensively, sitting on a 1-goal advantage. Even at a goal apiece. Well, the momentum's with Elmhurst right now. Slip sliding away. Karsten towards Orweiler. Here comes Orweiler on the move. Orweiler through for Karsten, rolling into the box, and Fitzpatrick is there. 1:25 to go.
Fitzpatrick taking her time now. Boots the ball away towards midfield. Good punt. And it's off the head of Carrie Shannon back into Blue Jay Paris.
Down to 1:15.
Come back and win the ball for the Thunder. Nice job there by Sarah Gadara. She turns it into the middle.
Gadara
Shannon forward. Down
feeds Carrie Shannon.
Kopelman
Kopelman chasing is Stephanie Thompson.
towards the far sideline. Thompson turns,
Takes it away.
brings it forward, and sends it
1 minute left in regulation.
there and chip it back into Blue Jay territory. And comes now to Carson off that clearance by the Blue Jays. He sends it forward to Orweiler. Orweiler
Turning away is Jamie Orweiler.
now she cuts into the middle.
Orweiler
To
in the middle, playing catch with Shannon.
middle of the field away from
Shannon surrounded with a right foot, rolling towards Fitzpatrick. Down to 35 seconds.
looking to win it in regulation, but there's only 31 seconds left. Now the ball punted to midfield. Now it's chipped into the Thunder end. Leibador
Chipped up in the air.
midfield. Carrie Shannon will control this.
Played down by Shannon with 22 seconds left.
Now it goes on the far side to
The Thunder men's team has arrived.
actually it's Ann Turner.
7:30 start. The men's matchup. Ali Kopelman with less than 10 seconds remaining. Berryman off to the races, needs to shoot it through, tries with the right foot, and we will head to overtime.
Put 5 minutes on the clock.
Tied at 1 apiece as Amy Bashan evens the matchup with just over 2 minutes left in regulation, and we'll have OT coming at you in a bit. This is Blue Jay TV. Elmhurst, with just over 2 minutes left in regulation, tied the game. Amy Bashan with a look what I found into the back of the net to even things up at 1 aside. You know what? The Blue Jays played Illinois Wesleyan to a 2-2 double overtime draw last Saturday. They've hung with the big boys of the CCIW. 10 minutes on the clock, even at 1 apiece. You know Wheaton's going to come out here strong and try and end this matchup quickly. And again, afterwards, we have men's soccer for you. 7:30, Elmhurst and Wheaton. We'll also have Wednesday's doubleheader over at Barron's Park. Same times there at 5 and 7:30 as well. That'll be our final broadcast of soccer this fall here on Blue Jay TV. I'm Tim Calderwood with you. Glad to have you alongside. A very eventful matchup so far. Wheaton out shooting Elmhurst 21-12. Here's a roller into the box. And Fitzpatrick, really the reason why this contest is tied. On the scene defensively, Fitzpatrick has done a great job for Elmhurst in net. Allowed a goal in the first half, but that's been all. Here's Katie Bashan over towards Wesley. Wesley leaps up, has a go, plays it off of the Thunder towards the near corner. Taken away by Caitlin Kishkunis. Talk about a change in environment here at Langhorst Field. The crowd has really come to life for both sides, and a good crowd to witness this matchup between Elmhurst and number 4 Wheaton. Wheaton 14-0-1 and 4-0 in the CCIW. Elmhurst 10-3-1. Dangerously, out comes Fitzpatrick. And she will be there first. Kopelman never really was able to get her feet underneath. And a handball off of Orweiler. Clock running with 8:08 to play. Allie Siebel all the way into the box and headed free. Katie Bashan, bothered by Val Lilly, and out of play. Out again. 7:40 to play in the first OT. Elmhurst really turned this matchup around in their ability to hang on to the ball. Possession. Seemed a little anxious in the first half. And Wheaton did a very good job of controlling. In the second half, it was the Blue Jays who settled in and were able to tie the game with just over 2 minutes to play. Esther Tan. Onside is Siebel, but it's out of her reach. And Fitzpatrick out of the crease to come and play. Fitzpatrick on the punt, back towards midfield, headed around by Carrie Shannon. 6:35 remaining in this 1-1 match in OT. Orweiler as a foul is called. Free kick for the Thunder. A good opportunity coming with just over 6 minutes to play in overtime. Shannon and Kishkunis address the ball from 35 yards away. Fitzpatrick directing the defense. Here comes the Shannon free kick, and it's good from 35 yards away, splitting the uprights. As we remain even at one apiece. Fitzpatrick with it on the ground again. 5.5 remaining. Headed on by Orweiler. Mishit off the foot of Thompson. Thunder trying to pressure. Kopelman back towards Kishkunis. Steering right for Shannon. Aaron Strom with plenty of time. Kishkunis holding. Taking her time with under 5 minutes left. Taken away by Wesley, but it'll ride out of play. 4:45 remaining in this first 10-minute extra session. Best opportunity came for the Thunder on a free kick, which was sent over the crossbar. Out of the reach of Wesley. Amy Bashan cycling away out of the reach of DeMoss. Laura Karsten towards Kopelman. Into the midfield, Orweiler. Orweiler has some help, a trailer on the far side. Orweiler locates the trailer. Val Lilly into the box. Here comes Orweiler onside, and diving on top is Fitzpatrick. We remain tied at one apiece with 3:45 to play. Valerie Wesley on towards Morgan Geimer. Katie Bashan at the center stripe. Played free. Thompson bothering Kopelman. Fitzpatrick thought about coming out, now retreats into the box. Val Lilly continues to decide which way to go with 3:05 remaining and a foul against Lilly. Free kick for Elmhurst with 3 minutes left in our first overtime session. Esther Tan on the offensive end, kept in play. Here come the Blue Jays with 2:25 remaining. Into the box towards Kelsey Graham, who will sling it ahead. Kishkunis waits, moves right towards Karsten. Through ball, and Fitzpatrick is out of the box to control with 2 minutes left. On Blue Jay TV tonight, second to last soccer broadcast of the year. Wednesday against Milliken, another doubleheader. We had football against Milliken earlier today here at Langhorst Field. 43-36, Elmhurst with a come-from-behind victory after trailing 21-6 at the half. 1:33 left in the first overtime. Still a goal apiece. Berryman over towards Amy Bashan. Bashan looking for Geimer. And it's driven away by Libidor. With 1:15 to go. Val Lilly transitions. And this one is zonked into the box. 1 minute left in our first OT. You only played 2 10-minute extra sessions, at which point it's considered a draw. Remember, looking at the series between these two schools, Wheaton is 15-1 all-time against Elmhurst. 30 seconds left. And a throw in for Wheaton. With time ticking away into the box. And back out to midfield. We appear destined for overtime number 2 tonight. Aaron Strom will serve it into the box with one last gasp. It's played around to Orweiler with 3 seconds. Her attempt is blocked. And onward to overtime number 2 we head. 1-1 on Blue Jay TV. The second overtime comes in a few. Overtime number 2, even at a goal apiece. Elmhurst with just over 2 minutes left in regulation, tied it up at 1. What a performance by Maddie Fitzpatrick in goal. Last Saturday night, Elmhurst tied another nationally ranked CCIW foe in Illinois Wesleyan. That was a matchup they felt like they should have won. Had a 2-1 lead late. Wheaton had so many opportunities early to extend it beyond a goal. But they were only up 1-0 before the Blue Jays tied it with just over 2 minutes remaining on a goal. Here's a cross into the box. That's defended nicely by the Blue Jays. Kopelman has a go with the right foot. It'll twist its way wide of the goal. That is the 25th shot for Wheaton today. 9:15 left. And Elmhurst will try to press ahead as it rolls out. Just to give you an update, the men were supposed to start at 7:30. Once this match reaches its conclusion, they'll put 30 minutes up on the clock. They will have a senior day presentation today for the men as well. Last regular season home matchup is on Wednesday. We'll have it for you here on Blue Jay TV. That's deflected off the hand of Graham. Nobody over to help out for the Blue Jays as Amy Bashan takes a tumble in the box. Carrie Shannon takes it away. Here comes Orweiler with a long run. Stood up by Siebel. Valerie Wesley turning 1-on-2. Wesley trying to play to herself. Liebedor there. Here's an attempt into the back of the goal. Oh my goodness! With 8:16 left in double overtime, Elmhurst knocks off number 4 Wheaton. The first loss of the year for the Thunder, who were 14-0-1, and the pile-on has begun in the box. Valerie Wesley wins it for the Blue Jays. What a win! We talked about Elmhurst and their CCIW tournament hopes hanging in the balance over the final 3 matches of the year. Well, they do nothing but help themselves with a 2-1 double overtime win over Wheaton. The Blue Jays score with just over 2 minutes left in regulation to tie it, and Valerie Wesley wins it as Elmhurst improves to 11-3-1 on the year, 2-2-1 in the CCIW, handing Wheaton the 4th-ranked Thunder, loss number 1 of the year. My goodness, what a finish. And congratulations to the Elmhurst College Blue Jays, who celebrate at midfield following the huge upset victory. And don't forget, we will have a men's matchup for you here in a little bit as the hugs continue. Elmhurst and Wheaton on the men's side in a bit. But the story tonight, the Elmhurst women, who hand 4th-ranked Wheaton loss number 1 of the year. Oh, what a finish. That'll wrap up the coverage of our women's action tonight. Don't go anywhere. In about a half an hour, it's the men against Wheaton here on Blue Jay TV. For our entire Elmhurst crew, I'm Tim Calderwood. Thanks for tuning in.